Hello, everybody. What I'm about to show you is a discussion between a representative of Anne-Marie Waters' Forbidden movement and a member of the. It's an Irish person. I think they live in Dublin or Republic of Ireland, and they are a member of Antifa. So let's have a look and see what they discuss about immigration.
Well, then you're talking about ethno-nationalists, aren't you, that want to have a pro-white and repatriate non-white, and I don't agree with that. I mean, as you know, Tommy Robinson is not an ethno-nationalist.
I have no idea what he is. What is he? A Sivnat?
Yeah, I mean, people that follow him would be called Sivnats. People that follow Mark Collette will be called F-Nats. F-Nats want to repatriate people that are not white out of the UK to achieve like an 80 or a 90, or I mean, the percentage varies, but it's a predominantly white. They want a white country. They're all about indigenous white, and I don't subscribe to that. I'm not an ethno-nationalist. Okay, I don't identify myself as a civic nationalist either, because the minute you choose one or the other, people decide that you hold a whole set of principles, and often they're not always. Everyone's got a different opinion of what that means. So rather than saying I'm an ethno-nat or I'm a civ-nat, I ask people to ask me specific questions, and then they can decide what they want to call me. Otherwise you get put in a box and told that you believe a certain thing, and often you don't.
Okay.
But as far as immigration, I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of anti-immigrants.
I mean, I'm anti-immigration. I'm anti-illegal immigration. Not legal, fine, no problem. Legal immigration, I've got no problem with, because it's controlled and measured, and you know who's coming here because they're going through the correct path. When it comes to illegal immigration, you've got no control over who's coming here, and when they're here, they can't be returned. They stay.
So, can I ask you, do you believe that refugees are illegal immigrants?
If a refugee comes to an airport through customs, they're a legal immigrant. If they turn up on a boat at Dover on the beach, then they're an illegal immigrant. That is that is the status they're given. That is the term they are given by our government, illegal immigrants.
Okay.
So if they're an illegal immigrant, they're breaking the law, right? But that doesn't seem to matter, because once they're here, they're here. Okay. And we don't get a say in how many people come here, or where they come from, or what they believe, or what their culture is, or whether they come from a country where...
For the first couple of minutes, the forbidden representative tried to paint a picture that civic nationalism is those people who support Tommy Robinson, and ethno-nationalism is those who support Mark Collette and want to repatriate everybody that isn't white. I'd have to say that that's completely incorrect. I would best describe civic nationalism as the Scottish National Party. That is the best example of civic nationalism. And we know what they stand for. They want more refugees. They want to rejoin the European Union, giving away their sovereignty. Yes, that's... Another word for civic nationalism is liberal nationalism. It's basically very much like libertarianism. It's very similar to libertarianism. What he's referring to is as ethno-nationalism. It's that's just nationalism. Nationalists are concerned about the immigration. They don't want they don't want the indigenous people to be replaced. And he clearly, the forbidden representative clearly has, he's not concerned about that. He goes on to say that he's only against illegal immigration. He's not against legal immigration because it's controlled. Legal immigration isn't controlled. You just need to have a look at pictures from London from the 1960s. They look very different to London today. Let's go with 1960. That's only 61 years ago, a relatively short period of time in history. And the change in the demographics of London, cities and towns all over the United Kingdom it's been astronomical in that very short period of time. This forbidden representative is only concerned about Islam and illegal immigration. It's a bit strange because I'm sure the Forbidden Manifesto says that his party's manifesto actually says to stop all immigration. Yet he's only concerned about illegal immigration and has clearly admitted in that clip that he's very supportive of legal immigration. So let's debunk the forbidden representative's pitch. I mean, first and foremost, I don't think he's, even though it's very namby-pamby, I don't think he's, what he's describing isn't even civic nationalism, it is liberalism. He said that he's for legal immigration. He doesn't care if refugees come here on a plane. He only has issues with the illegal entry via dinghy boats. It doesn't matter how they come here. It's still importing the third world, putting a strain on the workers of this country who pay taxes, putting a strain on the housing crisis, putting a strain on our NHS with increased numbers, and school places. There's no more school places in this country, so it's crazy that the amount of illegal and legal immigration coming into our country. It still results with the indigenous people being replaced. And let's have a look at a prediction from Professor David Coleman. I believe he was an Oxford University professor, and here's what he said about when the indigenous people will become a minority in this country.
Ethnic populations in the UK, the declining line going downwards is the white British population. The lines at the bottom are the non-British white population in the hatched line, and the solid line is the coloured non-white ethnic minority population, and the British population scheduled to become a minority by about 2060 under the assumptions of that projection. And of course, projections utterly depend upon their assumptions. Those assumptions actually are rather conservative now, because immigration is much higher than it was. Immigration is now running at over 300,000 net increase in the population every year. And that is more than what was assumed in that projection. So very big changes going on there. With, of course, the question...
So there we have it. Based on the amounts of legal immigration that the forbidden representative is so in favour of, the indigenous population of this country will become a minority by about the year 2060. That's what Professor David Coleman said. And yeah, that will happen. And the forbidden representative does not have any issues with that. I'll leave you with the end bit of the debate where the two panellists seem to be getting very cosy and wanting to exchange numbers. A forbidden representative and an Antifa. Someone in Antifa want to exchange numbers and swap details, swap information. That should ring alarm bells for anybody in either organisation, I would imagine. But yeah, there we go. Liberal nationalism, eh? Wow.
This factual stuff and kind of like dump it on one particular group of people, if you know what I mean. I'm just trying to warn you that in further discussions, I'm going to be that will be my mindset. I'll be going, he's a bit biased. He's a bit, I think he might be an Islamophobe. So that's my approach to whatever I'm going to be looking at.
Okay, so as my parting statement to you
Uh-huh.
is do a bit of research into what I've got a fear of. Find out if those things I'm fearful of are happening, and then ask if it's correct to be scared of those things that are happening,
Okay,
or,
fair.
or if it's an irrational fear of something that isn't happening.
Okay.
If you find that what I'm scared of is happening, and you find that it isn't irrational to be fearful of that, then you can no longer use the word phobia. And then you've got to say, I'm a person with a concern for something that's going on within Islam, and that puts me in the same place as you, who has a fear of what's going on in the Catholic Church. And then we're not so far apart.
We shall see. The next time we talk.
I think I've got you on Telegram, so I'm sure I can send.
Oh
stuff
yeah,
to
you do. That's right. Yeah, do that.
Okay,
Or
cool.
are you still in there? Or did you kind of leave it?
I'm still in Will's group, yeah. Are you
I'm not in Reels group.
Ah, right, okay. Is there someone that can connect us together? Can Danny Jones connect us together somehow on Telegram or?
Yeah, I can't remember. Like, I'm gonna go and have a look now.
I don't think I've got Bleeding Heart on Telegram. I don't think.
No. He'd have too many facts and figures on me if I
What
gave him
if I give you my email address? Is that good?
that. What?
If I give you my email address, do you want to send me an email and I can email you? Are you happy with that?
Well, do you want to give me your Telegram thingy-mabobs in the private chat, and I'll just add you.
Yeah, okay. It'll be my phone number, won't it, for that? But I'm calling you. I don't mind having that.
I think you can hide your telephone number.
I don't hide my telephone number, so
Yeah, you can hide it.
I don't need to. I'll just give you my telephone number, Bleeding Heart, and then you can tap it in and it'll bring me up in Telegram.
Okay, fair enough.
My number's out there anyway, so let me find his private chat.
Yeah, can you see it?
I've got it, yeah.
I'll just give you my ash. There you go. Can you see that?
Okay, let me try and add you on that one. Hang on.
Yeah, go on.
I'm no expert on how this Telegram thing works, so. My fingers are way too big for my bloody keyboard on my phone. Always press the wrong
Mine
key.
too. Mine too.
Oh, I have got you, but yeah, it's a name that I didn't recognise, but I've got you. Yeah. Can I just type it in the back and you say if it's the right one or not?
Yeah. Well, I type it for you if you're on the telephone, because I'm on the keyboard.
No, I'm typing in the private chat in StreamYard.
Yeah.
I'll type the first thing. Yeah, that's what I've got. Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just send you a hi and then we're connected. Right, perfect.
I see it. Okay, that's us connected.
Give me a day or two and I'll send some stuff over to you to look into.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you.
And you can call me Jason or Justin, doesn't matter.
Okay.
My real name is Justin, and everyone knows that now, but I use the name Jason online because it just saves you some hassle.
Okay, well I'm gonna call you Justin.
I don't care nowadays.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you both very much.
It's been a good conversation. I enjoyed it.